Kirby. His journey began in 1992 on the Game Boy.
And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy. Yes, I know that this is still in the corner.
So the game pops you in probably the most popular Kirby location out there, Green Greens. And the music. It's super catchy and fun. Anyways, Kirby can inhale and spit out enemies. He has its hover and puff abilities, except no copy abilities. Those didn't happen until Kirby's Adventure on the NES. Without copy abilities, it feels a little off, and the game is a bit more difficult. Speaking of difficulty, in my opinion, I think this is one of the more difficult Kirby games. Don't get me wrong, it's still easy, but I ended up getting 3 game overs during my entire playthrough of a 40-minute game. Call me a bad gamer, but it definitely feels like Kirby games got a lot easier as the series went on. Nevertheless, it does a pretty good job with this first stage. Kirby's a smidge slippery with the controls, but I'm worried about criticizing this game too much. So onwards to the first boss, Wispy Woods. He's pretty easy. I'm convinced Wispy has self-esteem issues. Up next is Castle Lololo.
If I ever see that blue sphere, googly-eyed thing again, I am going to throw a metal pipe at him. I'm putting him on the list of game characters I want to throw into a pit of fire.
I died fighting that boss. Several times.
Yes, I hear Lololo! Yes, I am a beanbag soccer ball full of stuffed animals. And yes, I don't know the taste of pomegranate.
Well, with Lololo and Lalala out of the way, we head to level 3. Float Islands. Nothing too crazy. Actually has a nice pirate ship aesthetic too. Then it becomes a Cuphead plane boss fight. And I'm gonna be honest, this is probably my favorite boss in the game. Doesn't last long though. But we move on to level 4 out of 5. Yes, this game only has 5 levels. And like I mentioned, this game took me 40, probably not even that, more like 30 minutes to complete. It's a fine stage though. The boss here is the iconic Kracko. He's a little difficult at first, but once you get used to his pattern, he's pretty easy. Finally, it's Mount DDD. And it's a boss rush. Kinda reminds me of Mega Man in the way. Wait a minute, I have an idea! After you defeat all the bosses, you get to fight DDD. I died here too. Quite a few times. But once you get his patterns, he's not the worst boss you'll ever fight. And then Kirby becomes a balloon and saves the day.
And that's Kirby's Dream Land, a short game with good ideas. Kirby definitely improved years later, but this game laid out the Kirby formula for years to come.